Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is DinoSasha here, and welcome back to another review, and today we're going to take a look at the figure. It is the Safari Ltd 2012 Ceratosaurus. Now Ceratosaurus, which means horned lizard, is a genus of the theropod dinosaur that thrives in the late Jurassic period about 161 to 145 million years ago, what is known as North America. Now, the length on this theropod was originally on specimens about 5.3 meters, 70 feet long, or 5.69 meters, 18.7 feet long, and this other specimens is larger, like 7 meters or 23 meters long, and in the characterized weighs like basic weighs. The weight they're all about weighs over 980 kilograms or 2,160 pounds, or specifically 452 kilograms or 999 pounds. Now, consistently, Ceratosauruses have many variety of different species. Now, it lives alongside in North America with Allosaurus, Stegosaurus, and anything else on carnivore part. But there's also discovered there and also lives in the mostly Uruguay, Portugal, Tanzania, and anything else. Now, consistent Ceratosauruses, there are 3 species that thrives here, like the Ceratosaurus nesticornis, Denisculatus, and Magnicornis. Now, they're carnivores, they mainly eat meat. Now, let's take a closer look at the Cerato. Now, this Cerato looks a really nice detailation. Like the Acrocanthosaurus, it was released in 2012. Because of these dates, I really recommend it on this theropods. I know, basically knows that the Ceratosaurus is basic dinosaur and my most nice favorite of all. Now, consistently, what is the most concerned character, if you want to know? Well, the Ceratosaurus has a good appearance on this series, including the Dinosaur Island. Well, Cleo specifically. Now, I generally like how Cerato's design was, but I generally like how their opinions are. Now, the pose, it stands well. If it's in the floor, that's okay. But if it's in the carpet, that is not okay. Basically, most conservative Ceratosaurus use the fight for dominance. Because that's not true. In reality, males use its horn to attract mates or scaring potential threats. You know, basic ways. Like, detailation has like the very smoothest but most roughest of all. You know, like how roughing the skin, you know, basic ways. I would rather like opinion on it. So the dinosaur with a really cool design, I will like this opinion. Now, talk about the color scheme. Let's take a look at the very close. It is light brown all over its head and body, ever in the tail, and it goes whitish color scheme all over its chest and tail. Now, on top about that, let's take a look at the claws. There is more silver on it, because they're already silverized with hands, and the red throat all over it. Now, considering how this magnificent dinosaur has a red throat. Now, let's take a look at the head. It looks like a Jurassic Park, except different ways because it had 3 horns instead. Well, basically, I like the teeth, which is designed with the yellow teeth, specifically. Now, about that, let's take a look at the eyes. And the fidget and tongue is pink and all the yellowish like. You know, I think the accuracy of this Cerato looks really nice. You know, I just like Ceratos. It's because they're really good specimens of all time. Well, basically, the Ceratosaurus is one of the most greatest dinosaurs to ever exist on the planet, and how it will be arrived beyond Allosaurus. So, we're gonna take a look at the roller, so let's give this a measure. So, it turns off of the length of the tip of the snout, always tip of the tail. We're looking at about approximately 7 inches. And which is it only at about, also specifically, 17 centimeters, and the height, which is the top of the head, we're looking at about 3.5 inches, and which is only at about, approximately, 7.25 centimeters. Now, for comparison, I'm going to bring up some other Ceratosaurus figures. here is one of my 2 Ceratosaurus figures, but not one from collecting. Here is the Schleich 2021 Ceratosaurus. I think this one is a bit larger than the normal Cerato right over here from Safari. And the last comparison, we're going to take a look at the Papo 2017 Ceratosaurus. Now, comparably, this another one is the male specimen because of its green color scheme. You know, basic ways. And speaks English, Papo and Schleich Ceratos are actually Ceratosaurus denticulatus. So I'll give the Ceratosaurus a 9 out of 10, which is normal ways. So this one is the Nasicornis specimen. So most people reviewing this figure because of the Ceratosauruses are right here because they're called hyenas of the Jurassic. Well, since Allosauruses are the lions, Apatosaurus are the elephants, and Brachiosauruses are giraffes. And you mentioned that I made Dinosaur World Creature Spot, the Ceratosaurus. I made this because it make more violent than actually would. Now, let's take a look. And so we brought up some Ceratosaurus figures from before. So it's to make it like really nice collection. So we're gonna bring up some other Ceratos, basic ways. Because of that, Ceratosaurus is mainly hunting groups. It's called the pack. And you know, basic ways that I have mentioned before that, I like these Cerato figures because they're part of my family and they're also really nice of the color scheme. And you know, basic ways. It does remind him it's as the Cleo and Rogue as from Dinosaur Island Season 5 and Revival series, so it make it return with another Ceratosaurus. Basically, not the exact ways, but I would rather have a good opinion on the Ceratos. Now, that's another review for that. Well, the next will be on the next Safari Limited creature that is called Anzu. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications so you'll never miss the video, and leave a comment below, and I hope you see for another review about the Safari Ltd 2018 Anzu Wily Eye. Goodbye, everyone, and see you all next time.